A global financial network has readmitted the Holy See after a 2-month suspension sparked by a Vatican police raid on the Vatican's financial watchdog agency. The Vatican's Financial Information Authority, or AIF, was suspended by the Egmont Group in November. Today, the authority's new president released a statement saying, quote, "This decision to revoke the suspension makes it possible for AIF to resume its collaboration with foreign financial intelligence units in full transparency and in the spirit of active cooperation." Edward Pentin, Rome correspondent for EWTN's National Catholic Register, joins us now. Thank you so much for joining us, Ed.
Good to be with you, Tracy.
So tell us, what exactly is the Egmont Group and how does the Vatican collaborate with it?
Right. Well, the Egmont Group is a Toronto-based organization, and it is basically a sort of secure network of 165 members, of which the Vatican is one. And it's a network which really tries to combat crimes, financial crimes such as money laundering, tax fraud, and financing of terrorism. The Vatican came on board with Egmont 6 years ago as part of the financial reforms of the Vatican initiated by Benedict XVI, and it was seen very much as a sort of big or a major step, rather, in cleaning up Vatican finances.
Ed, can you remind us what the Vatican raid was all about?
Yes, this took place on October the 1st last year. It was a raid of the Vatican offices, the Secretariat of State, and the Financial Information Authority, which is the organization in charge of monitoring Vatican finances and making sure that there's no crimes involved. And this was over a London investment. It's part of the property portfolio of the Vatican, and it was about an investment of luxury property in London, which was really financed by dubious loans, which, if they had been revealed, would have contravened financial regulations.
Do you think that today's announcement is actually a turning point for Vatican finances?
Well, not really, because this is really a minor step, if you like. The Vatican never was not a member of Egmont. It was just suspended from this secure network. So it's not a huge step. But also, there's still these questions about Vatican finances regarding property investments. These are very much off the books. We don't know how much Vatican property there is that's invested in London and elsewhere. And it's still very much a shady area. There's also the question of Peter's pence. There's been questions rather about Peter's pence and whether it's been raised under sort of false ideas or false purposes, and this is still questionable. And there's in fact a class action lawsuit has been taken out this week against the U.S. bishops for raising money for Peter's pence under false precepts, and so that's another question that has to be looked at. So there's still lots more to be done in terms of Vatican finances, and still lots more reform to be made by those who are undertaking that reform.
Well, Edward, thank you so much for joining us. Edward Pentin, Rome correspondent for EWTN's National Catholic Register. Thank you, Ed.
Thank you, Tracy.